morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh. Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Here you leave today and enter a world of
A world of princesses. A world of villains. And heroes.
Raise your sabers.
A world of other worlds.
A world of all the favorites.
A world of throwbacks.
A world of.
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There were stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
Well, hello. Welcome into another edition of Bray and Lee's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on the tour. I know the combination that y'all are seeing on that thumbnail. You're like, Bray, what in the world are we talking about this morning on this edition of Virtual Tour Live? Well, we're talking about somebody who is stalking a Disney character, okay? And then we're talking about EDP 445 in the same show. What a collision, I know. But the title is the title. An adult is doing what you should do at Disney. while someone admitted to wanting to get it in with kids. I'm going to say that title 2 more times. An adult is doing what you should do at Disney, while someone admitted to wanting to get it in with kids. An adult is doing what you should do at Disney. Meanwhile, someone admitted to wanting to get it in with kids. Okay. So, with all that being said, let's make it do what it do, because my God, we have a lot to talk about this morning, because this is just, I know. What a Monday, okay? What a Monday to begin. You know what I mean? But this has been talked about for a good while. The Peter Pan Stalker has been talked about for a good while. And then, of course, the EDP 445 documentary has also been out for a good while as well. And I just wanted to, bring this to y'all, because y'all may know about it, y'all may not know about it. But of course, as you know, we also cover everything else of the culture. And we try to always find what is the quiet part not being said out loud. And I think we can do it with this. But trigger warning, everybody, just trigger warning, and trigger warning. Oh my God, really, that's what we're doing? Okay, I know. I figured as much. That's okay. I figured as much. So Wired is having a paywall. Okay, so where is it? Let's see something real quick, y'all. Sorry about that. That's why I was trying to copy it before. I didn't even know I was on Wired that much. Okay, I think I might have it. Copy. Paste. Gotcha, Wired. Think you slick. Anyway, let's get to it, because Higher is wearing those available. But either way, we gotta go on to our yesterday we do this morning. Ooh. Excuse me. Hang on, let me make sure all my sneezes are out. Ooh. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Had to make sure. Those sneezes get harder when you get older, believe me. As you guys know, we are broadcasting live virtually from the Magic Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort this morning. So thank you for that, Disney. Glad to have you here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Good morning to you all. Hopefully all is well with each and every single one of you. Like I said, this is going to be a very serious live. Not that we don't make it serious at all on this show, but when it comes to Disney, usually you guys see me with BFP Imagineering, and we're pitching, new lands and rides and attractions, and we're trying to make Disney better, right? And the last thing we just got done talking about Disney was them potentially building Walt Disney Studios East in Lake Nona. That is not official. Okay, that was just a pitch I made along with BFP Imagineering, and to redesign, reconfigure, and reconstruct the animation building inside Disney's Hollywood Studios, for half of it to be for Walt Disney Animation, and the other half Walt Disney Imagineering. But this story here is about a woman named Toni, and there's this rule that goes like this. Disneyland is for the locals. Walt Disney World is for everybody else, right? And so because there are so many different character interactions that you have, because Disneyland is a small park, right? You are able to get genuine quality reactions in a way that you can't get on the East Coast because, I mean, hello, it's Disney World, it's the big kahuna, right? And one of these characters was the Evil Queen. She got fired unnecessarily. Disney. I think that it would have been amazing, okay, for her not only to get her job back at Disneyland, but also too, she should have been a part of the Villains Land announcement. With that said, we're going to talk about this because apparently this woman named Toni's been going to the park for 10 years, and she's been stalking, allegedly, rather, this Peter Pan character. So let's get into this. Here we go, everybody. And she has responded. That's why I was trying to find the Wired article. I found it, though. I always do. Always do. Always do. All right, so here we go, everybody. Let's get in, and here we go.
It's me. From the many videos that have been going around on TikTok, yes, many interactions with Toni.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, also known as Eel of the World, or also known as a brunette version of Tinkerbell today.
By the way, I just have to say the face card is glowing. Okay, listen. Okay, Tinkerbell's a beautiful woman. All right, and just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. No notes, no notes, no notes. This is Eel of the World. Shout out to her. Let's continue on.
I don't have a wig for this cosplay, so my brown hair is just going to have to do. And you're going to have to imagine I have wings attached to my back as well. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably seen all the controversy over on TikTok about this girl called Baby Toni 99, who is a TikToker that constantly is just forever going after the Peter Pan characters at Disneyland.
No. 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 You can have Aaron.
I don't want Aaron.
No, I don't want you either. No. Oh.
Now, on the surface, this doesn't really seem like anything. I mean, people pay to go to Disneyland all the time, and there's characters there that people take pictures with, and it's not just children, adults can go there and do this as well.
Yes.
So what is the big deal, and why is everybody talking about this? For the rest of this video, I'm just going to be referring to her as Toni because it's very long to be going Baby Toni 99 every 5 seconds, so Toni is her. Toni is a TikToker in America who goes to Disneyland every single week and has been doing so for 10 years. The video that sparked all of this debate was one of her meeting Peter Pan. Her friend was...
By the way, I have to say, going to the park every week for 10 years is some dedication. Let me look up Disneyland prices, okay? Because I ain't got money like that. I ain't got money like that. I don't have money like that. I don't have money like that. I just don't. One day soon, hopefully, you know what I mean? But as of right now, no, I'm not. And so they're closed right now, but they will be, you know, opening up soon. So here it is here. So this is $129 for a ticket. Over the planet, $55.38. That's not bad at all for a ticket. Trip.com, $102.83. Agoda, $99.72. Klook, $104. FractionTickets.com, $122.79. Vitar, $94.52. City Pass now. City Pass is a little bit different because you can get different attractions, right? That comes out to $381, but I think that's like a 3-day ticket. Head Out, $138.45, $175.18 for Staybook. The Villa, $186.92. Thrill Arc, $459.10. Do not get that ticket. Okay, just don't. Undercover Tourist, $140.09. Undercover Tourist is a very big ticket provider there. $419.39. Cool Destinations. Well, I meant to say Cool Destinations. I said multi-attraction pass. I was going to say multi-attraction pass was first. Finder's Host. So as you can see, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But with that said, let's actually find out the actual tickets from the website. Now, of course, it is different if you are a out-of-towner, right? If you're from out of town, then of course it's going to be more expensive for you, okay? But if you are a in-town person, there is usually a California resident discount, just like there's a Florida resident discount, right? So here it is here, right? So a standard theme park ticket is $104, right? To Anaheim resident ticket offer starting at $71 a day. So if you go for 1 day, now, of course, Park Hopper is $33 plus, but we're just trying to see the base ticket. And look, right here, $71 for one park. That's not bad, right? So, listen, if you live out in California and you're an Anaheim resident and you're spending $71 a week just to go inside, and that does not include your food and drink. That's just for you to be able to go in and ride rides. That's not bad for a ticket. Okay? All right. But in the same token, though, that is a lot of money over time. You know what I mean? It adds up. So, but let's get back to the video here from Eel of the World.
Recording it, and she appears to just kind of be not leaving him alone. It's a very uncomfortable watch, I will say. From an outside perspective of someone just watching it, it just comes across like this guy just kind of wants the interaction to end, and she's not really getting the hint. It goes on for about 5 minutes, and then the person behind the camera right at the end says, "So we'll see you next week, right?" To which he kind of awkwardly agrees, but he doesn't look too happy about it. This video, they gave him like a little crocheted or knitted duck thing, and this video is like really weird because he's trying to just kind of get out of it. That's how it appears the whole time. He goes and he finds other characters at Disneyland and tries to kind of like bring the attention into, from what I think he's trying to do, is trying to bring more people aware of it, as in like, this girl is here, have a look. But to be fair, we don't really know what's going on because none of us were there, so it's a little bit hard to speculate on.
So I will say this, right? Everybody's personal space definitely should matter here, right? If you can tell that it's a little long in the tooth and it's getting very awkward and this, that, and third, then just cut it off, right? Now, I did say an adult is doing what you should be doing at Disney, while someone admitted to wanting to get in with kids. Because this is an adult talking to a character. Now, there is a thing as cultivation theory. The more you watch something, the more your mindset will be of whatever you have consumed, right? So if you watch a lot of negativity, or if you move in a negative fashion, some of y'all out there, especially some of y'all who are going to be reviewing the show on September 12th. But hey, listen, I mean, to say that you've been wanting to be out of sector for years and then you want to jump back into the sector, It's really having the Black Deaths and Black Parks and Black Imagination that really got stand on business. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But the point is, the more you consume negativity, the more your mindset becomes that, or the more you consume positivity, you will become positive, right? But there is a thing as overconsumption, too much indulgent, right? And I think we all know from Wreck-It Ralph, the Wreck-It Ralph movie franchise, or Ralph Breaks the Internet specifically, where the cat eats the pancake. We all know that thing. And I still feel bad that cat had to pass away. But with that said, I think that Disney does provide a lot of joy for a lot of people, but also too, there is a limit to this, because these characters who are adults playing these characters, right, they also are human beings, right? So it can escalate if you do not have your faculties together. But I'm just saying, at least this is done out in public, okay? All right? Unlike the person who said that he admitted to wanting to get it in with kids. Let's continue.
This is great. What am I supposed to do with it? Okay. Is that what you wanted? Great.
You're such a brat, Peter.
Well, now what? You have your prizes. I have my prize.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, right?
Mm-hmm. She has received a hell of a lot of backlash for this. I will say as well, this isn't like a random account with barely any followings. This is a lady with like almost 100k followers on TikTok. Like, that's quite a large platform. The video,
and not to mention too, as you guys can see here, let me go back to her profile for a minute. She's a magic key holder. So if you don't know what magic key is, let me inform you, okay? This is why it's important to have people who have the wherewithal to be able to go beyond just the headlines, right? So here we go with this.
A Magic Key Pass is more than just an annual pass. It's both parts. More time with your favorite pals. A day full of magic. Or just a walk in the park. It's more of this, plenty of that. And countless ways to explore the happiest place on Earth. Discover how you can multiply your magic with a Magic Key Pass. Only at the Disneyland Resort.
So, that is the video there. Now, this is what a Disneyland Magic Key is. Multiply your magic with a Magic Key annual pass. The Disneyland Resort is your straightforward drop-in for its neck. Want to make sure USA or have fun all day. Plus, enjoy discounts, perks, and special experiences throughout the year. Now, you have 4 different keys, right? So you have the Inspire Key. That's for devoted fans. Enjoy ultimate access to the Disneyland Resort with the most flexibility and premium perks. So reservation-based park hopper admission for most days of the year. Parking included, unlimited Disney Photo Pass downloads, 15% off select dining, 20% off select merchandise, 25% off of Lightning Lane multi-pass. The Believe Key, right, is basically the same thing here, just different perks. So reservation-based days, park hopper admission most days of the year, 50% off parking, unlimited Disney Photo Pass downloads, 10% off select dining, 10% off select merchandise, 25% off Lightning Lane multi-pass, right? So we go back to the Inspire Key. So the dining and the merchandise dropped in terms of percentage, and the parking is 50%, but still, right, pretty cool. And you still get 25% off. The Explore Key, right? This is this pass is perfect for families and guests who visit several times throughout the year, including the summer, who want more access to the parks, right? So you get reservation-based park hopper admission for select days of the year, 25% off parking at the Toy Story parking area, 10% off select dining, 10% off select merchandise, and 25% off Lightning Lane multi-pass. And then the Imagine Key, okay? This is for local families and guests who visit a few times a year and want more access and perks. But here's the thing. Only available to Southern California residents living in zip codes 90000 to 93599. So this is what you get here. Reservation-based park hopper admissions days of the year, 25% off parking at the Toy Story parking area, 10% off select dining, 10% off select merchandise, 25% off lightning lane, right? So that is that there. So as you can see here, this is the range. Okay, so the Inspire key is $1,899. The Believe key is $1,474. The Explore key is $999. You can round up to $1,000. Then the Imagine key is $599. Right. So there you go. There now, of course, there are blockout dates. You do get extras unlocked throughout the year, 25% across the board. These two passes, you get unlimited Disney Phone Pass digital downloads. The merchandise discount, 10% across these three keys here, across the Believe key, Explore key, Imagine key, but 20% off there for the biggest key, the Inspire key, 15% off for the Inspire key. It looks like for the Believe key, you can have theme park. You can have 6 theme park reservations that can be held at a time. You get park hop permission across the board. Now, there was a actual key, right? Now, this was during the 70th anniversary. This was an actual key. I'm not joking with y'all. It was something, okay. But let me go back to it here just to show y'all this. So this was a thing. Now I'm not gonna lie, this looks very, very cool. Okay, so be sure to unlock all 9 lands for the Mickey Topiary Finale Lock Station by August 9th, which is already passed, to reveal your commemorative trading pin, right? So basically, right here, shout out to Mouse Info. Mickey Mouse is preparing for the 70th anniversary of Disneyland Park and needs our help. Each land has been collecting magic for 70 years, and now it's time to unlock them for the 70th celebration. The only way to unlock the lands is through a magical key. As each land unlocks, the key collects the land's magic, and once all collected, the key will reveal one of 9 trading pins celebrating each land from the key's hidden chamber. Journey through the lands of Disneyland Park and unlock and unleash the magic and help Mickey ignite the 70th anniversary festivities. So this key, you would have to literally go around and, find these different keyholes, right? Now each key to Disneyland costs $59. And there's 9 pins, but you get 1 at random, right? So I think it's 1 land per person. So you see there was an actual keyhole that you had to put in order to unlock the magic. And once you unlocked it, then it changes the color, right? Now, I will say this was kind of a cool idea. I mean, of course, nobody really wants to pay $59, for 1 key, but at least you didn't have to pay $59 to go to each thing, right? And I'm just giving you guys context because context is everything, okay? So if you saw a bunch of adults walking around with keys, this is probably what you saw. So here's the Mickey Topiary right here, right? And then I think inside the key here is your pin, right? So that's how that works. Very cool, very different. I feel like, maybe they should keep these keyholes here to maybe unlock different experiences. Maybe during Halloween time, there's like 9 different keyholes, and there's a Halloween pin thing. So they could keep going with that. But just to give you context, conjecture, and connection that, yes, Disney adults are a thing, okay? And also, too, she's a crochet artist. So that's why she was able to give a crochet thing. Now, when you go to daytime talk shows or late night shows, you can't really get the host to sign anything, right? Unless that host really wants to do that. There are some hosts that are just that gracious, and they'll be like, sure, I'll sign that, right? So give me one moment, y'all. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I have an eye exam this morning, so that's why I'm a little bit up and at 'em. At 8:30 this morning. So let's keep going here.
Has quite a large platform. The video I just discussed with the Peter Pan duck thing has.
Sorry, y'all. Hang on. Okay, can y'all still hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm up and at 'em this morning because I have an eye exam. So let me go back here a little bit. Okay, here we go.
With like almost 100k followers on TikTok, like that's quite a large platform. The video I just discussed with the Peter Pan duck thing has over 20 million views. It's not like a small content channel that people are just picking up on. Like, this is an established, well-known TikToker. In some of the footage, he's backed up against the wall, and it just comes across like he is feeling extremely uncomfortable with the situation and is trying to diffuse it the best way he can. He even at one point gives her like bits of wood and like dirt from the ground as like a present back, because he even says, oh, so you've got a lot of leaves or something like that. The only way I can interpret that is maybe he's trying to even the score. Like, she's given him something, he doesn't want her to have that power over him of like giving him a gift, so he's just trying to find something to give it back to her, so then that way the gift has been given back. In the background of other people's TikToks, such as some with children, you can see her waiting with her friends, so she's not on her own, ready to swoop in and talk to Peter Pan. There is also a video clip where Geppetto points over to Toni in the crowd of a parade, sending Peter Pan over there, and then he goes and gets this little doll that she's holding and makes it fly around and then gives it back to her. But in the background of the video, you can see Geppetto covering his mouth. It's very interesting because the whole thing kind of isn't a clear-cut case. Like, she's not someone who's socially awkward and doesn't have friends. Like, she's there at the park with friends. She's got multiple friends that post videos with her. I also think it's really unfair to just kind of be calling her out, because if you're going to call her out, you need to include the person filming the video, you need to include the other friends. It's not fair that it's all just kind of lumped on her, because they're all, in my opinion, kind of doing it together. And they have even come out to say that it's not what everybody else thinks. Some people just have the wrong end of the stick.
Toni hasn't done anything wrong. Now you're probably saying, but she's been stalking and harassing this guy for 10 years. And while it's true that she has been visiting Peter Pan, the character, not one specific actor, over the course of 10 years, this girl has posted 978 videos across 2 social media accounts. And let's just assume that none of them are doubles, which most of them are. That's still less than 2 videos a week, and not all of them are even with Peter Pan. And it's not like she's meeting the same Peter Pan actor every time or following one guy around. She is meeting the character. Now, the sad thing about this is that Toni is one of the sweetest people you ever meet, and she absolutely does not deserve the hate she's been getting. The main thing I want to say about this, though, is that all the people who are saying that she got banned, or that Peter Pan got fired, or that she spent over $2 million in the parks, or that she does this because she's neurodivergent, all of these people are straight up lying to you for clicks and views, and they are making money off of your gullibility. You need to stop believing everything that you see on the internet. People are actively scrolling through 10 years worth of Toni's videos, commenting on almost every single one, and then have the audacity to call her a stalker. I guarantee you, those people have spent more time in the past 2 weeks interacting and watching Toni's videos than Toni has spent with Peter Pan. Like, who is actually the stalker here?
Now, I will just say this, right? I do agree on that point, right? That when you are a Disney creator, right? People just want Disney in any shape, form, and fashion they can get, right? And so when you talk about that many videos, it has to be more than just Peter Pan. Okay. So just to put a bow into that. Now I'm gonna have to speed it up just a little bit here because of the fact that I do have to head out for a doctor's appointment, but I do want to go to this point here because Eel of the World did something very productive here, and I want y'all to hear this point.
On there, and to the best of my knowledge, she hasn't actually broken any rules. There is no rule that says you can't keep queuing up for the same character over and over again and taking loads of pictures with them. There's no rule saying you can't come every week for 10 years. There's nothing saying that. However, just because there is no rule about something, it doesn't mean that someone's not allowed to feel uncomfortable. However, I do think having hundreds and hundreds of people just going and hating on this girl is not productive. It's really just bullying. Something I've actually noticed get left out of this conversation a lot is that the problem isn't necessarily Toni, the problem is Disney. The entire way the parks are structured allows for these kind of interactions to happen. When you watch a lot of these clips, there are long stretches where these interactions seem completely uninterrupted. She's able to spend significant amounts of time with the character, walk alongside him and interact with him without anybody stepping in. There's no security, there's nothing. In the background, you see little kids kind of waiting their turn and wanting to go over to Peter Pan and then not being able to because Toni is taking up his time. And that raises a very important question. If Disney is allowing these interactions to happen, why are we putting all of the responsibility on Toni? Disney has deliberately created an environment where people are encouraged to become emotionally attached to these characters. The entire experience is built around meeting them, getting photos, talking to them, getting autographs, and creating these little magical interactions.
I will say this is a very funny TikTok.
And there's also an interesting disconnect between the face characters and the mascot characters. There is a big difference between going up to Peter Pan, who is a character that can actually look at you, you can see his body language, you can actually have a human connection with him, and one such as Donald Duck, which is essentially behind a wall, and the most you might get is a hug or a wave. Disney also has clear rules when it comes to guest behavior. There are things you are explicitly not allowed to do, such as cosplay, because it might confuse children and they might think there's two Cinderellas.
That is very true. As much as Disney loves the fans, right? You cannot cosplay, right? So let's just say if I wanted to come in a Prince Naveen suit, right? Even though I'm looking very stylish in my green suit, dashing even, somebody could come up to me and think I'm Prince Naveen, which honestly, I mean, you know, I would be quite flattered, but that is to keep the cohesion of theming together at Disney. So just wanted to say that.
Disney can establish rules around what guests can't do. Surely there should also be systems for dealing with interactions that are becoming excessive or uncomfortable. If Toni isn't directly being told to stop, why would she think she needs to stop? From her perspective, she's visiting a character she loves, the performers are interacting with her, she's being allowed to do it, nobody is telling her that she's crossed a line, and Disney is continuing to let her into the park. A guest who visits every week, buys tickets, food, merchandise, whatever it may be, spending money in the park, is quite literally a valuable customer, and their bottom line is the money. There is a massive contradiction here. Disney creates an environment specifically designed to encourage people to idolize these characters and repeatedly come back to experience that interaction. And then when one guest takes that enthusiasm to the extreme, the conversation becomes entirely about her behavior and not about the system that set it up. If a performer is genuinely uncomfortable with a particular guest, there should be a system where they can tell management or security and have that interaction be handled discreetly. I'm not saying security need to charge over and publicly remove someone. It could simply be a case of a cast member stepping in, shortening an interaction, or redirecting the guest elsewhere. But ultimately, the performers shouldn't have to deal with it themselves while they're standing there in character. We can question whether Toni's behavior has crossed a boundary. We can discuss the double standard. We can talk about parasocial relationships. But if Disney has allowed these interactions to continue for years and nobody involved has directly told her that there's a problem, it's difficult to place the entire responsibility on one guest for a system that was designed to facilitate exactly this kind of interaction in the first place.
Now, I just want to say very well done to Ill the World, because that's very true. Disneyland has been around for 70 years. Walt Disney World just got done with their 50th anniversary. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So together, both parks in the United States have been around for 112 years. Toni's not the only person that has done this, okay? So, like, miss me with the ish, okay? I understand that there's levels to it, but I don't think that she would actually, like, SA or do this, that, and the third to somebody, okay? Now, this Peter Pan actor here spoke out. There was another one that spoke out, but I am taking this one over the other guy for a specific reason. Let's watch.
One of the Peter Pan actors from Disneyland has actually spoken up about how the situation made him feel.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's me. From the many videos that have been going around on TikTok, I flew with Peter in Disneyland from 2014 to 2021. And yes, I had many interactions with Toni. So as you can see in the video, Toni's behavior did make me feel a little awkward and uncomfortable, but at no point did it cross any boundaries of what a character interaction should look like at Disneyland. She was very enthusiastic about meeting the character, maybe a little more so than most, but it never crossed the boundary of trying to get to know the performer. And so we need to end the discourse and the harassment and the online toxicity that is being aimed at her. She's doing nothing wrong. She's acting within all the guidelines of what a guest should do at Disneyland. It's a little extra and a little more than most, but she's within her right to do so. And the best thing that you can do with personalities that are a little extra is cut off their supply to attention. So stop the likes, stop the comments, and stop the sharing or the reposts. Again, what I say to you all, TikTok, is we need to end the negative discourse and cut off the supply to attention. This conversation of what is harassment between a character and a guest is not between any of us. It's between the performer, the company, and the guest. And to Toni, they're men in tights.
I loved his response. And that's true. As long as you're not trying to figure out their schedule, their social media, this, that, and the third, then okay, right? That would be like me. And remember that HBCU beautiful darling, that is Princess Tiana on the cruise ships, right? That would be like me trying to figure out, you know, when is she on the ship and what ship is she going to be on? Because there are many Disney ships, this, that, and the third, Now, listen, right? Here's where it flips. I want to say this in the different, right? If that young lady, you know, notices, you know, me helping out a child, this, that, the third, and I'm on my own, this, that, and everything in between, right? And she's like, well, darling, you seem like you're a very nice individual. And, you know, that interaction continues. And then if for some reason she is interested, you know, then, you know, she can talk to a character attendant and be like, hey, I really like him. I want him to have a good time. Can we do anything for him? Or better yet, hey, here is my social media, this, that, third. And if she wants to do that, then that's in her right, right? So, and same thing with a man. If a man who's a character likes a female who's a guest, then they should be able to do that within the context of Disney, okay? So I just wanted to bring that up. Now I'm going to bring up her response here. Here we go. So she did a Wired interview. Disney superfan Toni Colucci, has been accused of stalking her favorite character, sparking discourse and about boundaries of park actors. She tells Wired the backlash is unfair. So here, a hugely popular character in Disney parks, Peter Pan has had a large internet fan base and has been loved for his spontaneity, playful interactions with guests, as well as his sharp tongue, often brave personality. Kalish is a 27-year-old Los Angeles native who goes to Disneyland about once a week on her annual pass, loves making videos of herself with Peter, posting videos of herself playing tag with him or skipping around the parks. Kalish, who uses her middle name for privacy reasons, never thought there was anything problematic about her Peter Pan content until August 2nd, when she saw a video in which she gifted Peter a crochet duck keychain. Was getting a lot of attention. As the views grew from 10,000 to 1 million, the negative comments started to pile up. Slice that duck open and make sure there's no air tag inside. By the way, there has been content posted about that. That is nothing but AI. Okay, that is not true, right? Kalish was surprised. She knows about the internet's empathy toward so-called Disney adults or people obsessed with Disney movies and theme parks, with many accusing them of being self-indulgent and overgrown children. But she also doesn't think her Disney fan has crept into the rest of her life in an unhealthy way. She has a husband of 4 years and a full-time job as a manager of a big box retail store. She has no formal affiliation with the brand, just makes Disney content as a hobby. It's not like I'm going to the store or to my job thinking about Peter Pan. It's just that when I'm inside Disney, I'm able to release my inner child, the kid who doesn't want to grow up, and that's what Peter Pan stands for, right? So, they commented on her web. They expressed sympathy for her husband, accusing Kalish of secretly being in love with Peter Pan, who's his husband, a Marine, is more of a casual Disney fan, but is really supportive of content. She says, though he prefers cars like them according to Peter Pan, right? Worst of all, Kalish says someone figured out where she works and posted the address, prompting her manager to change her hours for security reasons. It's definitely taking a toll on my mental health. She says, imagine waking up to thousands of comments saying you're a crazy Stalker lady every single day, right? By the end of the week, Kalish was known worldwide as the deranged Peter Pan girl, the baby reindeer of the Disney influencer system, a reference to Netflix's 2024 black comedy series about Scottish comedian Stalker, right? People really just took a 5-second video of me, Peter Pan, out of context, and ran with it. So this is her response, right? But there's also others in the mid-2010s. A similar fandom crept up in spiraling Peter, a Peter Pan character performer, so named for his ability to spill with guests, with Tumblr fangirls documented his every move. In recent years, as the Disney influencer ecosystem has exploded on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, there has been extensive social media discourse about Disney fans particularly making face characters uncomfortable, even accusing them of encouraging them to break character and asking them inappropriate questions, potentially putting their jobs at risk. When they are in the parks, actors must behave like their characters at all times, right? And right here, I would never put him in a situation that will harm him or his role, his career, his character integrity. She also refused the popular accusation that she spends an inordinate amount of time chasing Peter around the parks. Most of this book, she showed me a Disney unwrapped post of her Spotify unwrapped, revealing that she only met Peter 7 out of the past 30 visits to the parks. So there you go. Seeing him makes me happy. Dressing up makes me happy. Going to Disney once a week makes me happy. People are going to hail me. I'm not going to let it stop me because I know I didn't do anything wrong. For a few weeks, she's been scared to go back to the parks, let alone make Peter Pan content. With support for her husband, friends of the Disney content creator community, who have fiercely defended her against online trolls. She recently returned to the park. Aside from a few people recognizing her as Peter Pan girl, she serendipitously taking photos. She was largely left alone, right? And right here, initially, she tried to steer clear of Fantasyland where Peter Pan usually hangs out. I was afraid of making everything worse, she says, but when she saw him on the carousel, he waved at her and asked her to ride on the horse next to him. He told me never to stop visiting Neverland, which honestly is exactly what I needed to hear that day. So, you have heard from her. I think that is more than enough of a reasonable response. Sorry you guys weren't able to see all that. I read to you. But, so here it is here. So just to show you, we always cite our sources. Okay. So I think that hopefully she will be okay. There are worse people like EDP445 who admitted to want to get it in with kids. Okay. So you guys got everything you guys need to know about this. Now, I gotta head out at 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, I know, but I have an eye exam, and hopefully I'll get my glasses today. But I think the place I'm going to, when I went in, I didn't really see it. lights. I may want my glasses offline, but that's neither here nor there. So I just wanted to just tell y'all that. All right, let's talk about EDP 445. Okay. Here we go. And by the way, this woman right here that I'm about to show you. Toni Media is an independent media company creating bold, intelligent, personality-driven programming across culture, politics, film, television, internet, chaos, music, and everything in between. So this is, let me just show you who she is. Ole Oren is the founder. So she is a writer, cultural commentator, filmmaker, former public defender. So she has done many different types of content, right? So I just want to say that there. Okay, so she has definitely been around the way. And she's got many YouTube channels too, right? Trying to, videos are not popping up like they should. So as you can see here, why serial killers are monsters, the Black revolutions they don't teach in schools, it creates a privilege, ugly is a curse, how does the age well destroy me a legacy, why sinners is Hollywood's worst nightmare, the rise of Cuomo, how women are becoming carnal feminists, how men become Samani, the 7 deadly sins of Black politicians, the fall of Eric Adams, why you should vote for your adversary, or Greg Abbott's the most dangerous man in America, the silence in Palestine, why everyone hates Eric Adams, right? And so she has Ortega Pop. She has a chill channel as well. So she's been out here for a very long time. Okay, just to give you guys context, conjecture, and connection. All right, here we go. My God.
Blog, they have the screenshots and all that shit. What do you think you're trying to do?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to 13-year-old girl.
If that's what he looks like, I guess that's what it is, man. Yeah, so I have dreams probably about maybe twice, sometimes even 3 times a week of me viciously people.
Okay. So let me tell y'all something. Mentally prepare yourselves for the kind of degeneracy we getting into here today. Like, I mean, I watched.
Let me refresh it because she.
Welcome to the sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you?
Okay, here we go.
They had the transcript, they had the log, they had the screenshots and all that shit. What do you think I'm trying to do?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to 13-year-old girl.
If that's what he looks like, I guess that's what it is, man. Yeah, so I have dreams probably about maybe twice, sometimes even 3 times a week of me viciously people.
So basically, he is saying that he wants to destroy the people that have tried to get him in jail. Now, for those of you who do not know who EDP 445 is, he is a guy that he created a lot of sports content and just a lot of content that's just really out the way. He talked about blowing up a Chipotle bathroom. He talked about his favorite adult film stars. He's talked about how he has beaten off his meat so much that it's just non-existent at this point. I mean, just stuff that's just out the way, right? And he went out to engage in a course with a 15-year-old girl, and you guys probably know the cupcake meme of I was out here to come get a cupcake and then go home. Alex Rosen and of course another person did that thing, and then of course there was another thing with Gideon and also Skeeter G. So there was a 15-year-old girl who was a decoy in that, and EDP 445 said, I'm going to have to delete you, KILLU, right? And there was also another situation where he was like, hey, he was trying to get in with 14, 15-year-olds because there was no women that really wanted him. And listen, the world right now is going through a very difficult time with mental health and the power of loneliness, and emotionality, right? But that does not give you the right to go after a 15-year-old girl, 14-year-old, because nobody is supposed to be with you, right? And you do have to make yourself known of that. Hey, guess what? I'm a decent guy. I got my own job. I got my own place. Feeling right, this, that, and the third. There is somebody out there for everybody. I know that sometimes when I hear that, I get frustrated because I'm like, hell, I mind my own business. I drink my water, and I'm about my purpose, right? But also, too, sometimes it's timing. Not everybody is ready for a relationship. You know what I mean? But that also doesn't mean that because people are not ready for a relationship, does not mean that somebody's not out there wanting you for you. Sorry guys about that. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's see here. Give me one moment, y'all. So sorry. Give me one moment here. I just want to see something. Okay, so sorry about that, y'all. That was what that was. Believe me, don't even worry about that there. Let's keep going here with this. I may just have to redo the whole show. But with that being said, right, I think with this situation, right, give me one moment now. You know what? Let me do this. I may just have to redo the show, y'all. Give me one moment. I am so sorry for this morning, y'all. I do not know what's going on there. Okay, sorry about that. With that said, right, when it comes to this situation here, going after a 14, 15-year-old girl is quite ridiculous, asinine, crazy. And not to mention, too, he's admitted it on this documentary, right? So let's keep going.
Okay. So let me tell y'all something. Mentally prepare yourselves for the kind of degeneracy we getting into here today. Like, I mean, I watched the EDP documentary. And if you don't know who EDP is, Lord, if y'all know what I'm getting ready to expose y'all to today. Oh my God. It's so crazy to think like, y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know. EDP, to put it simply, EDP is a I mean, that's the
Step back and sing it for a vomit.
That quite literally is the long and short of everything I'm going to tell y'all. EDP was a YouTuber and a Now, this is not my first time learning of EDP through the EDP documentary. My first time learning about EDP was probably, let me see, did J. Aubrey have a video on EDP? I feel like if it wasn't J. Aubrey, it was somebody like J. Aubrey who video I watched because I've been learning about EDP. Yes, I know it was my J. Aubrey. J. Aubrey put out a video on EDP 5 years ago. Did I watch it 5 years ago? No, but I watched it before now, so I've been know about EDP. EDP, oh my Lord. It is so crazy who y'all make famous. It like, when you think about it, it's so crazy who y'all make famous. When I watch these nasty ass documentaries about sick.
You ever just look at them and think,
and they have the nerve to have millions of subscribers. Boys be like, Look at this. This who y'all giving millions of subscribers. I don't know nothing about no millions of subscribers. I don't know nothing about millions, but y'all giving millions of subscribers to. And the crazy part is it don't even make no sense why he got popular to begin with. I'm pretty sure. Why am I trying to find nice words to describe a goddamn? He's just a big stinking ugly who like the Philadelphia Eagles. Damn. That is quite literally it. Which, by the way, the Philadelphia Eagles need to issue a cease and desist at once.
Electric chair.
Because there's no reason why years after you've been discovered as a you still want to be out here in Eagles gear and everything you in. I mean, whole documentary about you being a and you in Eagles gear from beginning to end. No, listen, Mike Clum, that's what he named. Mike Clum. What he named? Is it Clum? Mike Clum.
I thought it was
Clum. Mike Clum, no, he's so wrong. We could get to Mike Clum is actually wrong for a lot in this documentary. Mike, you know you dead wrong. And I knew Mike knew he was wrong the minute the documentary started and said that all the money was to be donated. All, not 50%, not 20%, not 20%, 10%, all of the money getting donated to RAIN, which is a nonprofit that fights against sexual assault and violence against women and children and whatnot. I say all the money, nothing but Balamanil. You know a carrying on bad, you making some sensational, crazy shit when you got to give away all the money to justify it. I say, oh, I get ready to see. So there's much to discuss about Mike Clum, but before we get there, just any Eagle scale. Who is EDP? EDP is a dude who got popular online for literally just being a crass, nasty, funky ass who loved the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm pretty sure that's his rise to fame. Like, Lil Chirin thought he was funny because he crass or whatever.
Ow, my ball!
And then his fall off is them discovering that he's a. So I don't know if y'all know. If you're not aware, there's an entire niche of YouTube of who think that they named Chris Hanson and they just run around trying to catch a predator. Here's the thing. Now, let me make sure I say this. Most of the that I've ever seen, most of the I've seen, and this documentary and the ones involved in this one are not an exception to the rule. Most of the I've ever seen involved in this trying to catch a predator stuff are weirdos themselves. I'm thinking of that one. Who's that one that recently got out of jail with the big nose?
Not big nose.
Another ass man. JR, we have a video on him too. Oh my God, they're not showing me. There's so many of them. No, man. Vitali. That's what his name. Vitali TV. That literally, he was doing all them stings or trying to catch a predator, but really, he be entrapping people. He be getting the wrong people. He be berating innocent people. He himself is a nut-ass abuser who beat the dog shit out of a woman. He going to prison. All this. These just be weird. And the ones involved in trying to catch EDP are not an exception to the rule. They weird too. And we will discuss it because the documentary does. Very important to understand that. While they are weird, nobody wetter than EDP. So EDP, years ago, they're one of those to catch a predator who could be involved in this documentary here, did a sting that he put on YouTube and to catch EDP. He had an underage girl or a decoy that EDP was texting with and sexting with, who he thought was a 13-year-old girl, and he meet up with the girl around the girl to get cupcakes or whatever.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Hey, we gotta kind of go over things with Sophie. We have you talking to Sophie, correct? Yes or no?
Right. They had the transcript, they had the log, they had the screenshots and all that shit.
And they had it all on camera. They catch him. They know he's a. The police ain't do nothing, but YouTube did something. So they got him off YouTube. That was the beginning to the end, right? All kind of different YouTubers they have involved in that. Now, for years, he kept trying to come back on YouTube, and YouTube kept banning all his accounts and whatnot. And then that brings us to the trailer dropping for this documentary, because the trailer in and of itself is nuts.
What, are you fucking nuts?
I mean, the reason why I wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old is already fucking clear.
You need to leave.
And I'm like, the sheer ego involved in thinking that because you've gotten away with millions of people being aware that you're a and because the police don't give a which, let me be clear. Let me be clear from the beginning. The only reason EDP is not in prison is because the police don't give a This is Ole and Chill, so I'm not gonna sit down and go through a whole deep dive on policing, the history of policing, the purpose of policing, the fact that police are not actually in the business of giving a about protecting anybody, let alone from and sexual predators and all the things that y'all throw out as justifications for why we need to have a massive prison industrial complex. We ain't got that conversation today. I will spare you. Aaron, just put the many intelligent videos I have on my other channels about this that y'all could go to. Just know that this is proof of it, because they spend considerable time in this documentary trying to blame one of the knockoff To Catch a Predator that exposed him, trying to blame him for the reason that EDP is free. Like, oh, if he hadn't that up, oh, he did it wrong, blah, 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 blah. Listen to me. The police, this is America. Understand? Listen, I say this to y'all as somebody who is a public defender, who has represented more than 1,000 people. I can tell you without a shadow of a motherfucking doubt, if the police want to arrest you, they can arrest you. If they want to bring charges on you, all they need to say, all they need to hear is a thing about a motherfucker. Okay? Don't let them convince you that, oh, their hands are tied. They are unable to arrest the that they have caught on man saying he's a and a bunch of young girls saying he was texting them. Please. Got it. Do not think that in all these years, if the police wanted to arrest this boy and charge this, not boy, funky, if they wanted to arrest and charge this big funky, they could have. They just chose not to because they don't give a.
Now, I will say this. I fully agree with that because here's the thing. Even though you have, these catch a predator stings on YouTube, this, that, and the third. To me, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, they are exposing what needs to be exposed. And that should be commended. Now, is the way they go about right all the time? No. But when you have somebody admitting that the reason why I wanted to get in with a 13-year-old girl was obviously clear, then it is what it is. So I just wanted to showcase that to y'all. And then this article here, Kern County District Office to reopen case of controversy. YouTuber shot to Bakersfield. Now, wait, hang on, y'all. Okay. So here we go. Bakersfield, California. New documentary about former internet personality Brian Moreland, once known as EDB 445, has prompted the Kern County District Attorney's Office to re-examine a Bakersfield sting operation from April 2021, in which Moreland believed he was communicating with a 13-year-old girl. Moreland first made headlines 5 years ago after an internet-led sting operation in Bakersfield involved a D49 actual 13-year-old girl. One was never charged in connection with that sting. Now, with the recently released documentary, The Sick Mom EDP 445 examines the rise of Von Moreland, who grew up in Bakersfield. The film includes an interview with Catch a Predator host Chris Hanson and focuses on the part of how Hanson show inspired a wave of YouTube sting operations, including 2021 Bakersfield operation involving Moreland. And one clip shown from the documentary, Hanson asked, "You were trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?" Moreland responds, "For the most part, yep." Okay. All right. So they are reopening the case into this, and so he could be charged. So just with context, conjecture, and connection, let's just make sure we all recognize that somebody who is at Disneyland having fun and is engaged with characters is way different than somebody admitting that they were, for the most part, trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. So, one love, much love, all love. I gotta go get ready for this eye exam, and hopefully I'll get me some glasses today or in the weeks to come. Because you can order glass online, get your prescription. But one love, much love, all love. I'll see you guys back here a little bit later on tonight, because we have Roa to talk about. Part 3 was out last night, and yes, indeed, I will see you guys a little bit later. All right, bye-bye.